The Nigerian Labour Congress Kaduna State Council has commenced a massive protest over sack of workers in Kaduna State. The chairman NLC Kaduna State Council, Ayuba Suleiman, who led the protest, disclosed to newsmen said the essence of the protest is to kick against the sack of some of their members by the Kaduna State government. At the May Day rally, president of the NLC earlier disclosed that the NLC would do it within the law to reverse the sacking of over 3,000 workers in Kaduna State. Reports, however, say the state is in total lockdown right now as members of the Road Transport Workers Union join in the protest. Divergent views have continued to trail the outcome of recent meetings of southern governors that was held earlier in the week. Some activists and journalists share their opinion.
It's a welcome development. I think the governors are finally, for once, live to their responsibility. They were voted for. I've always said that I have no problem with the Fulanis. I don't care where the president of this country comes from. So long as a president of all Nigerians, that's what's important to me. So long we are not using favoritism or nepotism to choose leadership, because we can't go far. So I think it's a very welcome development. I also know that they talk about several things. They also talk about restructure. Nigeria needs restructuring. We need that. And those who are shy of it, there are those who are benefiting and who are marginalizing the rest of us. So that is why it's very important. And I also think that about the grizzling, about the movement of the cows, I think we are in 20th century. You cannot expect somebody to be working with a mobile bank, according to the governor from the north, working bed-fitted with AK-47.
The Southern Government Forum has risen to the yearning and expectation of Nigerian people, especially people from the southern part of Nigeria. It's a welcome development, and we are in support of it. They should ban open grazing. In this modern day and age, we are supposed to be using a mechanized way of rearing cattle instead of then using their business to affect other people's liberty and freedom. So in the southern part of Nigeria, Nigerian people are not, they are not safe in their farm, they are not safe in their business and their businesses, and this is what the government have seen. They have spoken the mind of Nigerian people in the southern part of Nigeria. So it's a welcome development, and we are in support of it.
I'd like to congratulate all the southern governors. But immediately I heard it and saw it, the first thing I did was to go and count the number of attendants to see if they actually formed quorum. I discovered that all of them, virtually all the southern governors were there from the 17 states. I counted about 16 and maybe one deputy governor or so. But to me, it's a welcome development. Then now coming back to the communique that was issued at the end of the meeting, let me start with the ban on open grazing. It's long overdue. You agree that so many things have happened, in the past over those that move the cattle from one location to the other. And there have been so many effects, so many issues have resulted from the open grazing. One is frequent armed robbery operations, a lot of kidnapping situations, and we have had people's farm destroyed, and we have had most of the farmers, especially the female ones, raped, and we have also had a situation where there have been conflicts between the herders and the local community. So to me, that will help check some of those side effects associated with open grazing. But another one is, you don't just pronounce. People are asking, how are you going to ensure implementation, of what you have agreed? Because if they decide to say you have banned open grazing, for instance, and the people say we will not respect that ban, and then they still move their cattle from one location to the other, what's going to happen? Who will now help in checkmating them? Who will not help in effecting that decision that was taken? So these are things people are asking.
I want to commend the southern governors on their demand for true federalism and restructuring of Nigeria, because or the fact that Nigeria as a nation led by President Muhammadu Buhari is extremely lopsided in its appointments from Genesis to Revelations. You are fully aware of the amalgamation of the Southern and the Northern Protectorate in 1914 by Lord Lugard. That is to say, the Southern and the Northern region of the country are supposed to be one. But with what is happening presently in our dear country, we do not need to consult the oracle of the He and the oracle and the oracle of the He and the cave to tell us that the Southerners have been sequestrated to the dustbin of history.
The uproar generated by the outcome of the meeting is yet to cool off. 17 Southern governors after the meeting in Asaba raised in the communique to demands for the ban of grazing of cows on restructuring the country. Former Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has kicked against regional meetings over the current security crisis in the country. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who disclosed in Abuja, stressed the need for the state chief executives to organize a national unity summit of all Nigerian governors to solve thorny issues affecting the country. He further said finding solutions on regional platforms to issues affecting the country will amount to clapping with one hand. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) has called on President Muhammadu Buhari and All Progressive Congress (APC) over worsened food insecurity and the attendant hunger and starvation across the nation. National Publicity Secretary Kola Ologbondiyan in a statement in Abuja said over 82.9 million Nigerians under Buhari administration can no longer afford their daily meals due to the failure of the administration, thereby leading to severe food scarcity with prices on a daily increase. And that has been our size on News Headline on VOS TV. I am Blessing Raji.